The Nigerian Naira strengthened as the US dollar index edged lower ahead of US CPI data and the televised US presidential debate later today. The Naira, of course, kicked off the week on an upswing against the US dollar at the official markets. NAFEM data showed the Naira strengthening to 1,580 Naira to the dollar on Monday. We're still tracking what it will be today, but that was, of course, 13 Naira lower than what it was at the day before. So interesting developments. Of course, there are questions around what is driving those moves.
Okay, so basically, if you look at what has been happening with the U.S., there are speculations that Powell is going to cut rates, and yes, the current interest rate in the U.S. is 5.5%, and right now there are speculations that they're going to cut rates, and what that means is a lot of businesses will now get access to loans at a cheaper rate. You get, so if the rate is cut from 5.5%, let's say we have 25 basis points or 50 basis points, that's 0.25% rate cut. It's definitely going to have a massive impact. There are going to be jobs because companies are going to get access to loans.
That's right.
When they get access to loans, they'll be able to move put it in their operations. The economy is going to boom in some way. But here is the catch. Investors are going to leave the US. There's capital flight is going to happen. What do I mean? Capital flights will happen from the US and go to emerging markets. Emerging market like Africa, emerging market like that of Nigeria. You're going to see investors coming in because the interest rate has been reduced. And so investors will be leaving the money market.
That's all on the assumption that it will be. And then we don't know how significantly, the shift will be, whether it be a cut, whether it will be a hold. I remember there's also some politics to that conversation, right?
Obviously.
Considering this decision is coming shortly before the elections. Powell will have to be very circumspect, right?
Trump
and
has
rely
said
solely on the data when making this decision. There are those that have, Trump has actually said, like, as you wanted to say that.
He shouldn't reduce the rate.
But I think because that's favorable to the Democrats. It gives a picture that it's a better economic condition.
That's going to happen because if you look at what has been happening since 2018 to 2019, we've had, just put Nigeria in context, we've had 2018 to 2019 capital inflow averaging per quarter of $5 billion. But if you look at what has happened since 2020, after COVID, down to now, on the average, capital inflow for per quarter has been $1 billion. This is the first time in so many years, the first quarter of this year, that we've had capital inflow at the average of $4 billion. And so we're seeing that there are signs. When you start seeing those signs, you see what is happening to the Naira. It's beginning to gain a little bit of, because of the speculations in the US. So investors will definitely go to emerging market because they will see that, okay, the money market in the US is not as profitable, is not more as profitable as it used to be. They're going to be consistent rate cut based on the body language of the Feds, based on the body language of Powell. And so that is literally going to help. It's going to help the emerging market. But then it's going to help emerging markets who are prepared and who are well positioned. Is Nigeria well positioned? Is Nigeria well prepared? I think you should give me the answer.
I don't have the answers. We just have the data. And of course, that's what we'll continue to track here on the show. We'll see what happens at the debate this evening because obviously the debate has a way of influencing and stirring people in the direction to vote. If Trump wins, we know that Trump is a big spender. That could mean higher interest rates. And of course, we could also see a stronger dollar. So
who do you think investors are going to root for?
I wouldn't know. We will see what happens. It depends what side of the divide you're on. But we'll see what happens. We'll be tracking the debates this evening and other data that, of course, will affect emerging markets like Nigeria. Thank you, Frank, for coming through.
Thank you, Joanna.